Historical origins of strategy and strategic management. So, before we proceed further, it is essential to define strategic management. Strategic management is a field of study that involves the process through which firms define their mission, vision, goals, and objectives, as well as craft and execute strategies at various levels of the firm's hierarchies to create and sustain a competitive advantage. The word strategy comes from the Greek strategos, which means general. In literal terms, it means leader of the army. Military strategy deals with planning and execution in a war setting, while taking into consideration the strategy and tactics required to implement the plan, outmaneuvering the enemy in a chase-like situation, a well-thought-out plan with emphasis on the plan's execution. Strategic management as a domain of study has evolved over the past 50 years. In the 1950s and 1960s, strategic management was viewed from a general management perspective with emphasis on the role of the leader. In the 1980s, scholars emphasized more on strategy implementation as a process. In the 1990s, globalization led to the emergence of network strategies, and strategic alliances became the focal point around which researchers developed the literature. We have 10 schools of thoughts in strategic formulation. First, design. Second, planning. Third, positioning. Fourth, entrepreneurial. Fifth, cognitive. Sixth, learning. 7, power. 8, cultural. 9, environmental. And last, configuration. Design is purpose a fit between an organization's internal capabilities and external opportunities. Planning, developed in the 1970s, conceptualized strategy to include a structured step-by-step approach. Positioning, developed in the 1980s, although it is not very different from the planning and design schools, it views strategy forms as consisting of a few strategy types. Entrepreneurial, which pertains to decision-making and the process of strategy formation. Cognitive is the fifth school, and it emphasizes strategy formation from the perspective that the decision-maker's cognition and mind drive strategy making. Learning, which support the notion that strategy making is based on a foundation of learning. Power, with negotiation at the crux of the process. Cultural, where again the emphasis is on the organization as a collective whole and strategy formation as comprising social interaction. Environmental is describing strategy formation as reactive. Configuration, which views strategy as transformational. It refers to the structure that a firm adopts in a given environmental context, and transformation refers to change in a configuration based on a change in context. In Module 2, defining the hospitality and tourism context. Services are becoming increasingly an important part of the global economy. It is estimated that on average, 70% of the gross domestic product of the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development countries from service industries, although it is one of the largest industries worldwide. Providing a concise definition for the H&T industry has been a major challenge for professionals and academics. We have interrelated and interdependent event and include the following. First, tour operators, travel agents, and tourism organization. Second, travel and transport operators. Third, leisure, recreation, and entertainment venue. Fourth, restaurant, bar, clubs, and cafes. Fifth, hotel, resort, motels, camping grounds, bed and breakfast, establishment, and hotels. Types of hospitality and tourism organization. Organizations that operate in the H&T industry can be grouped under different categories, depending on their primary activities, size, profit motives, and geographical coverage. In terms of their primary services, organizations can be categorized as follows. First, travel and transport. Second, accommodation. Third, food and beverage. Fourth, entertainment and recreation. Fifth, tourism office or destination management organization. Sixth, non-government tourism organizations. Characteristic of hospitality and tourism organizations. Essentially, service sector organizations, including the H&T organizations, possess certain unique features. We have first, inseparability. Second, simultaneity. Third, variability. Fourth, intangibility. Fifth, heterogeneity. Sixth, cost structure. Seventh, labor intensive. Areas where the industry characteristic impact on managing H&T firms. First, analyzing the internal and external environment as an ongoing process. Second, making decisions in the areas of service delivery, pricing, and marketing. Third, strategic planning practice. Fourth, developing a sustainable competitive advantage. Fifth, achieving and evaluating intended outcomes. Sixth, managing capacity to maximize revenue. 7. Managing the cost structure of the company. 8. Allocating available financial and human resources for future strategies. 9. Evaluating and improving the service delivery process. 10. Interacting and satisfying customers. 11. Training, developing, and motivating employees and management. 12. Designing and decorating facilities. Areas where strategic management can help H&T organization. First, providing a holistic view for the entire H&T organization. Second, providing a sharper focus on what is strategically important. Third, providing a link between the external environment and the internal environment. Fourth, analyzing a complex and rapidly changing external environment. Fifth, analyzing an organization's strategic resources. Sixth, giving a clear sense of strategic vision and direction. 7. Defining organizational focuses. 8. Developing measurable goals and objectives. 9. Identifying key sources and investing in core competences. 10. Formulating decisions and making them happen. 11. Managing change. 12. Coordinating organizational activities and allocating resources. 13. Understanding the complexities of decision-making in the structuring of an organization. 14. Understanding the role and importance of the organizational structure and culture on the strategy process. 15. Reducing and managing uncertainty inside the organization. Last is measuring intended and unintended outcomes of the strategy process. In Module 3, Strategic Management and its application to the hospitality and tourism industry. This chapter provides an in-depth perspective of the role of the environment and its impact on hospitality and tourism firms. The internal and external environments are defined, and a description of the role of the internal environment and its impact on the business is elaborated on firm a strategy formulation perspective. external environment lies outside the firm and includes individuals, firms, system, and institutions that have an impact on it. The internal environment contains three components. First, human resources. Second, organizational, functional, and third, organizational level. The functional components refers to we have operation, sales, marketing, human resources, materials management, and administration. And also, while the organizational level refers to we have products and service, goals and objectives, and the last is the process that integrates personnel with the organizational. To environmental dimension. First, simple complex dimension refers to the number of factors or variables that influence the environment. Second, strategic dynamic dimension refers to the degree of change over time related to factors or variables pertaining to the internal and external environment. Environmental types. The environment is classified into various categories so it could be comprehended. Understanding the macro environment. The firm is located in an environment that influences its customers and stakeholders. The political and legal environment. The political and regulatory factors have been instrumental in defining how firms can maneuver, succeed, and expand in local and international markets. Macro factors include employment or unemployment, income, inflation, interest rates, tax rates, currency exchange rate, saving rates, consumer confidence rate levels, and last is recessions. The socio-cultural environment refers to trends and developments in change in attitude, behavior, and values in society. The fourth model, we have potential competitors, competitiveness among industry, incumbents, buyers influence, suppliers influence. Last is